All right, let's talk quiz conversion rates for 2025. There are three main quiz conversion rates that you need to know about. First one is for lead gen. Second one is for e-commerce or product recommendations. Third one is for engagement rates. So for lead gen, the average conversion rate is 40%. It has been the same since 2013 when we started Interact. Since then, over 1.3 billion people have seen an Interact quiz, and the average conversion rate for leads is still 40%. What I mean by conversion rate there is somebody who starts taking a quiz, so they click the button to take quiz. 40% of them go on to put in their email and become a lead if you are using your quiz for lead gen, which you don't always do, which takes us to our second conversion rate, which is for e-commerce. For e-commerce, when you go have a quiz where it's like, which product is right for you, that's kind of what's working these days, product matchmakers. At the end of it, it's going to recommend products. 9% of people who go through the whole quiz, they may or may not put in their email. 9% of them go on to make a purchase. That one's gathered from anecdotal data that we've collected talking to our customers over the years. Third one is engagement rates. So if you're using your quizzes as an engagement strategy, a traffic generation strategy, getting more contact with your customers, building more of a relationship, the engagement rate is 73%, meaning that of the people who start taking a quiz, 73% go all the way through it and finish the quiz. So that's a big engagement rate because on average, they spend 2 to 3 minutes taking your quiz. So they're going to be more likely to remember your brand. Now, let's look at examples of each of these. First one is from Jamie C. This is a visibility archetype quiz. This is a great example of something that works in 2025. This quiz is very practical. It helps you find your visibility archetypes so you can get more visible. That's huge. So I'm going to go through the quiz and then you'll see how the lead capture form comes up at the end. This is a good example of a lead capture quiz. So comes up here. And again, 40% of people who get to this point will put in this email, and this integrates directly with your email software, your marketing automation software, and it segments those leads based on which outcome they got. So now I'm going to be tagged as the fire starter or based on how you answer any particular question. Very powerful. You don't have to go through any sort of external program with Interact. You don't have to use Zapier. You don't have to use Make. You go directly from Interact to your email software like Kit, Flowdesk, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign, Klaviyo, all of them, all the big ones. So that's huge. 40% is the average conversion rate here. Second one is for e-commerce. So this is a coffee matchmaker quiz. This is from Harag, owner over at Henry's House of Coffee. Really great guy. I've interviewed him twice on our podcast. This coffee matchmaker quiz, again, very simple, very practical. That's the trend in 2025. Every quiz has to be simple and practical. Otherwise, no one's going to take it. They're just taking it to get what they want. There's no more of that like just for fun stuff happening. At the end, you get the product recommendations. So it's going to tell you, hey, these are the products that are right for you. In this case, I got the dark roast and I've got 2 different options here. The conversion rate to somebody actually purchasing when they take this quiz is 9%. That's what Harag shared. And it's pretty similar for most other brands. So 9% conversion rate here on e-commerce. Or if you're doing a service recommendation, like if you run a med spa and you're recommending a service, similar concept there, same idea of the quiz, you're just recommending a service instead of a product. So that conversion rate also carries over. Last one is for engagement. So a lot of folks are using quizzes for engagement. They may or may not turn on lead gen depending on the premise of the quiz and where it's being used. So Direct Energy is a good example of this. They actually just won the award for the best content strategy with Content Marketing Institute in 2025. And Velocity, who created these quizzes, has been on the podcast twice as well. And this is a good example, like what's my carbon footprint? And go through, you take this quiz, you see it's embedded on a page on their domain, which is huge because it actually sends signals to search that, hey, this is a good domain. People spend time here. And if you start taking this quiz, 73% of people will go through, answer all the questions, and see their results on this quiz. So I'll just finish this really quickly just to show you what that looks like. So I'll go through all of this. There is an optional lead gen form on this one as well. And then I see my results. So 73% conversion rate there of people starting the quiz, going through and completing it. So again, high level conversion rates, 40% for lead gen, 40% of people who start a quiz do opt in at the end to become a lead. Again, these are all averages. Like it depends a lot on where the traffic is coming from, what industry you're in, all that. But this is the overall average, over 100 million leads generated. 9% on e-commerce or service booking recommendation quizzes. 9% of people who go through that quiz see their recommendation, go on to actually book or to buy. So 9% there. It's really, really nice. And then 73% on the engagement quizzes where You're not doing it for lead gen. You're not doing it for product recommendation. It's just to build connection, build share of mind, build memorability. So 73% of people who start the quiz go through and complete it, making it a memorable experience for them, which is huge. I mean, that's actually one of the fastest growing segments is those engagement quizzes. So those are quiz conversion rates for 2025.